king. Your love is king. Go.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's actually good afternoon. It's 12:30. It's a late one today. Been waiting for the rain to go off, and just as I've been waiting, it's come back on again. So, why I've been waiting for the rain to go off, I've done something I've not really done before. I've sat and listened to Jeremy Vine and his political Brexit show that he's doing at the minute, and he's been interviewing all these people about this Brexit deal that's going to happen today with Theresa May. Now, I've not really been listening much to the Brexit argument, just bits and pieces, obviously, and I didn't really vote, so I've not really got any, say in the matter. But listening to the debates that's on at the minute about the deal we're going to get, it just seems to me that the whole thing has been a bit pointless. 2 years down the line, we're back to where we started, basically, I think, from what I've been listening to. So, what is the whole point of Brexit if we're going to leave, but still be in the EU and still pay the same money and still have the same deals? I don't understand it all. But anyway, I'm down here today at Montrose. We're going to have a wee walk around all the war bunkers, and just have a look around and see what's happening here. But the rain has come back on again, folks, so I'm going to sit for another few minutes and listen to some more politics, I think. Right, off, folks. We're off and running, well, walking, but it's not nice at all. Weather forecast was dry today as well. It was just horrible little fine rain, the fine rain that soaks you. But we'll go on anyway. If we get wet, So just as I'm walking along here, I was at Brecon at the weekend. Brecon City versus Forfar. Brecon won 4-0, folks. Yes, Brecon got a victory. Yes. So I'll put in some clips just here of. Well, I didn't film much of the game, but here's a few clips of Brecon City 4, Forfar 0. First ever goal. So, good day out was had by all. Went out in Brecon for a few drinks and then just headed back into Montrose. So yeah, that was a good day out. Well done, Brecon City. So where I'm walking now, this is part of the old Montrose airfield. This whole area, just doing a puddle. This whole area was the Montrose Air Base, and they've got runways still here, which people walk on and cycle on. Now, while I'm here, it's because, as you know, Sunday was the 100th anniversary of World War One. But our granddad was based up here for World War Two, I think it was, and he trained the Polish air pilots here. He's got a big display on down there at the museum, which we've got time, we'll go past on the way home. Seen it before in some of our clips, but he was a pilot here, and he trained the Polish pilots in Spitfires, I think it was. But yeah, a lot of history here, folks, and there's a lot of the old war bunkers still up here, which we're going to try and find today. I've been to 2 or 3 of them before, but I think there's a few scattered all over the dunes here. But yeah, when you look at this from the air, you can actually see all the kind of different runway layouts. So as you can see, the runway goes all the way along, folks. It actually goes all the way around the whole base. So you can imagine all the Spitfires landing here and taking off here. This is one of the, I think this is the, I don't know if it's a major runway or maybe it's the second runway. I think maybe the one down the middle was the main runway. But yeah, it's weird to think, I say, all the, especially our granddad flew right down here. Now there's a couple of bunkers just along this kind of fencing area. Folks, here's the first one here. Now, I don't know if you can get this one or not. Right, folks, I was actually scared to go in that one because I heard noises. I'm sure there's somebody in there, a tramp or something. I didn't go in. I'll try these other ones up here, and hopefully they're not lived in. Oh, folks, it's spooky. Space! Right, folks, I'm going in. Oh dear.
Here I am. I'm inside the one of the bunkers here in Montrose.
Right, folks, back out in the open. So yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good one to go and visit because it's got lots of empty space in there, and you've got the stairs to climb up. Oh, right, there's the lookout bit. Now, hidden away up here in some of these dunes. Now, I think it's just hidden in there. Is the old shooting range. So we'll go and see if we can get into that. I should just up here a bit, folks, if I remember right. Everything's quite heavily disguised. There it is. This is the old firing range. So I think how it worked is, I think these bits here, this must have been targets on them, and the targets will come up, and then obviously they would shoot from wherever they would be. I think that's how it worked. And we've still got some of the old remains left here, folks, of the actual target mechanical things. Right, go down and see if we can get actually inside it. Yes, folks. Right, I'm inside. Now you have to watch when you come in here in the summertime. This is full of cobwebs and spiders and things all over your face, but this time of year it's actually not too bad. So let's go along and look at the mechanical things. See they are here. Yeah, so really interesting, folks. Really interesting that it's still here. Piece of Montrose history. Now it's quite a steep climb here up to the dunes. Over that way there's an old radar station. I'll see if I can see it from the top of the dunes here. Up we go. So that's where it was a minute ago, just at the firing range just behind me there. A lot of mist coming in over there. Mist coming in from the sea. There we are, folks. Oh, it's a hell of a drop down, mind you. So you can see the mist over there that's inside us. One person on the beach. Right, I'm going to go down onto the beach, folks, but it's coming up. It's going to be an absolute killer, but let's go for it. Later, we're trying to get fit and lose weight, folks. This is part of the regime. I've done these dunes a few times, so this is the easy bit coming down. Coming up, it's going to be an absolute killer. So you get feet coming. Sand to sand. Right, nearly down the bottom. Right, that's actually harder than I thought. It's slipping there. There you go, now. Oh. Right, welcome to Montrose Beach. It's a different beach every week, folks. This is Montrose. I'm going to walk along into the mist if I can. Last time I came down here, the rain came on. But this eventually joins onto St Cyrus kind of basin. You can't actually walk to St Cyrus Beach because there's a river in the middle, but we'll go down as far as we can into. Here's an example of the erosion, folks, in Montrose. You can see from the dunes here, just over the years they're getting worn away. Eventually they'll be just, what's that? Fly my eye. Slowly they'll just disappear and there'll be nothing left. It's a bit of a disaster because the rain's come on. I'm the furthest away possible from my car and it's starting to rain. Oh, it's a disaster. I might have to walk back through the woods. Right, so you can see the vast area from here. So folks, I think there's a path that goes all the way along. I think it's the old cycle path I used to go on. It goes back through the woods, so I might just go back that way. Might be a bit more sheltered. Whew. Always keep the camera rolling just in case you fall. There we go, folks. We're going to go Montrose footpath down this way. So I don't know what actually went on here. I think it was obviously just another radar station listening for the enemy approaching, I suppose. But goodness knows, there's bits of concrete slabs and bits of metal all over the place, so not too sure, folks. Right, back on the main path. So over there, folks, that's the lookout tower. Again, I don't think you can get up it, but once used back in the war. Right, the rain's not stopped for the last kind of 20 minutes, so now I'm pretty soaked. I don't have my waterproof trousers on either, and this jacket's not particularly waterproof either, so never learn, folks, never learn. Always go out with waterproofs when you're exploring in Scotland. Honestly.